when I was living in that SRO, there was a guy that moved in who was like some kind of handicap, but just one of those guys that's like, you know, like if like cancer was like a baseball team and they had a mascot.
Yeah,
you know,
be this
like
guy.
Just, a guy just like with like 9 IV bags and giant arms that are all swollen.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just like the mattress on the floor would just drink, you know, like Steel Reserve Tall Boys and smoke in his room and watch MASH.
Jesus Christ!
And I would just hear in his room that like, and then you know. Like, gee, is this your penis? I thought it was my penis, you know, and then him just like just fucking dying laughing.
Just waiting it out, waiting out the clock.
Simple pleasures. Is that song's called Suicide is Painless?
Yeah, that was such a funny place to live.
Yeah,
there was another guy
I
really didn't
the Chinese
get to know very well at all. There was like a Hispanic or Middle Eastern guy who was younger. He's probably my age. He's probably like mid-20s at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Who would always like put on like a suit and go to work.
Are you serious? In that fucking building?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, saving money.
I remember there was like a month where I bought internet off of him because he somehow had like a T-Mobile hotspot or something. And like I had to go in his room, and the walls in his room were made out of that material that's like not pegboard but like slot board. Like where you can hook like retail.
Oh yeah,
displays up there. So he like lived in a T-Mobile store. Basically.
What was on the other side of his room? Other people's rooms, or
yeah? Like, I mean, is that long hallway? Did you ever go over there?
I did.
Yeah, it was that long hallway, and then
yeah, you didn't have your own bathroom.
Yeah,
or
kitchen. Yeah.
There was the communal kitchen just had like a microwave in it.
There was a stove that had like one burner.
No refrigeration though.
And
right?
then the gas was like basically tapped into illegally into like some other bill. Because I heard Con Edison come by there one time, and there was a guy at the end of the hallway. He's like, "There's fucking people living in here." He's like, look at this fucking shit. You know, so,
yeah, it was a wild place.
Yeah, it was truly a terrible place.
Remember that place on 2nd Avenue blew up?
Yeah, I remember that. In the East Village.
Yeah, so Con Ed was doing like I guess they were like, you know, okay, we got to make sure no more buildings blow up.
Yeah.
And it was shortly after that they like sent guys around, and then that's when those like inspectors showed up. But I think that was also when the building was sold, so that could have had something to do with that.
I remember visiting my various friends in New York and being like, getting ready to move.
Yeah.
And the one that gave me serious pause was your living situation.
Yeah,
where I was like, what the fuck is this motherfucker doing?
Yeah, it was truly terrifying. A terrifying place.
But at the same time, I was like, yeah, that shit. I'm not surprised Nick's living there.
Yeah.
Low overhead.
Hold on. I'm living in Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're like a Sex in the City.
Yeah. You're fucking Carrie. You're typing up your little articles.
Yeah, we're smoking a cig.
Smoking a cigarette.
And that's when I
having
realized.
Sex with a man named Mr. Big.
Yeah.
A regular Carrie. It was, listen, when we were walking around Manhattan, it was nice. And then we got back to your room, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I had to spend one night here, I might maybe kill myself. Let alone.
Yeah, but I mean, you're like, I was there so rarely. I'd wake up, get my work done, and then I was just out a man about town for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
Seeing town. I just ride the
Man
train,
about town.
go to a park, read. That was actually, honestly, probably the best year of my life.
Did you have ringworm the whole time?
I had ringworm the whole time.
Yeah. And bed bugs.
Yeah, I had vicious ringworm that I could not afford to treat. Until, to his credit, Andrew Short, remember that guy?
Andrew Short.
Who's that?
Or maybe Andrew Smart? No, it was Short. I always said he was a short guy, and I'm pretty sure his name was Andrew Short, but then I'm like, that can't be right.
Right.
So I'm like, is it Andrew Smart? But then that's like an Elizabeth Short Andrew. He was a good comic. He was
From where?
funny. He's from here.
Here?
Yeah, he was a guy here who did comedy here for a while, and he was always funny, and then
Maybe we didn't overlap.
he was writing on something, I forget, but I haven't seen him in forever. He said the funniest thing one time. He said Mother's Day is just Valentine's Day for Italians.
That is a good one.
It's really good, yeah.
Salute to Andrew, smart or short.
Whatever his fucking
Whoever
name.
he may be.
But I was like scratching my arm, and he's like, "Oh, you got ringworm?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I can't. Lotrimin's like fucking $17 a tube, and he's like, "Just use Vicks Vapor Rub."
And it
I was
worked?
like, really? And he's like, "Yeah, it's the same shit."
What?
And I just put Vicks Vapor Rub all over mine because it's like, it's just petroleum jelly and then like fucking menthol or something.
That'll
So
cure
you-
ringworm?
Well, yeah, it like suffocates it. So I just went
Nice.
around all lubed up for a week.
You're looking shiny as a bitch.
Yeah. It's fucking- people are like, it smells like a cigarette factory.
You were living in that when we had the famous. Did we go to the book? Was Adam at the bookstore? Was he not at the bookstore?
we're gonna relive it.
I mean,
I'm just giving
that's
people
still
some
on-
historical.
Yes, that
that's
was
still
contemporary.
ongoing.
I know.
And it's funny because stuff like that happens.
Yes.
And like throughout your life, people are like, who would just make up like 6 million people dying?
Right,
Who would
yeah.
just make that up?
Yeah.
And you're like, of course, like denialism
Same
is absurd.
thing. Yeah.
And then to what degree he's so adamant that he was at the bookstore
Hmm.
when we know he was not.